evaluator Susan Berry. Susan, would you give us Mike's objectives?
Yes, Mike will be doing speech number 5, which is body speaks, and he will demonstrate that through use of visual cues and gestures. Shall I give a short bio of Mike to introduce
Sure.
him? Mike initially started his career as a technologist in the telecom sector, gaining worthwhile experience in that domain. Currently, he is working in the telecom advisory business and owns a company. Outside of his work, he juggles his time with twin girls,
Wow.
wife, and other household chores that require his so-called mastery. In the Toastmasters world, prepared speaking inspires him, and on the flip side, he is intimidated by table topics. Thank you, Mike. And the title of Mike's speech is The Art of Public Speaking. Mike Mishra, The Art of Public Speaking.
The Art of Public Speaking, Mike Mishra.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, and our welcome guests. The topic of my speech is Art of Public Speaking. Let me start by asking all of you a question. Which one of you is an artist? Okay. And I believe all of you are one. If you are speaking in a public forum related to speeches, for example, Toastmasters. Today I will be speaking about 5 vital points that will be beautifying your speaking skills in the public domain. So to begin with, the first and the foremost point is acquiring confidence before an audience. To acquire confidence before an audience, please remember that you must have always something to say. The good speakers can speak from their mind, but the greatest speakers speak from their research. So the greatest speakers, per se, mostly they go after the topic, they research the topic, and then they come up with one of their greatest, or I would say one of their best performances. So research is very important as far as the confidence or acquiring the confidence is concerned. Additionally, to gain further confidence, you need to remember 3 keywords: practice, practice, and practice. Consequently, with practice, you can alleviate all the ambiguity of ideas from your mind, and that will give you the required confidence to face an audience. Second point is vary your vocal pitch, tone, and volume during your speech. In other words, stay away from delivering a monotonous speech. Let me highlight this point with an example. In our daily life, we obviate monotony in our dresses by replenishing our wardrobes. Same way, we have to multiply the power of speech to overcome the sin of monotony. Our speech should never sound like a monotonous speech. It should really catch the attention of our audience. So for that, we need to really work harder get the attention of the people who are listening to us. The third point is always tell a story. Everyone loves the stories. Points encapsulated in stories will be more effective and people will remember them for longer time. The fourth point is related to the power of pauses. In a public speech, pause is not a mere silence. It is a silence made intentionally eloquent. During our speech, we shouldn't stumble with the help of crutch words, but rather we should pause before or after an important word or a phrase. That will give power to your speech with the help of these pauses. The fifth and the final point is start strong and close stronger. The body of your speech or message should also be strong, but an audience will remember your first and the last words. If at all they remember your speech, if indeed they remember anything at all from your speech. So it is very important to have a good starting and ending points during your speech. Now to summarize in the closing, let me reiterate on these 5 points. The first is have confidence. The second is have a great vocal pitch. The third is always tell a story or be a good storyteller. The fourth one is use the power of pauses effectively. The fifth and the final one is start and close your speech effectively. With that, I pass on the control back to Mr. Toastmaster.